Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are now at page 11 of the Affidavit of Probable Cause. You will recall that in our last episode, that Detective Payne talked about his research finding that vehicles in Pennsylvania were not required to have a front license tag. He states here, I know that Idaho and Washington require both front and back license plates to be displayed. I believe he is stating this here, if we go back several episodes, to match up to suspect vehicle 1, where in one video it is shown to not have a front license plate. He continues on by stating that investigators believe Kohberger is still driving the 2015 white Elantra because his vehicle was captured on December 13th, 2022 by a license plate reader in Loma, Colorado. He also states that Kohberger's Elantra was then queried on December 15th by law enforcement in Hancock County, Indiana. What Detective Payne is not stating here is that Kohberger was stopped not once but twice in Indiana, and you can see this body cam footage from both stops. It's available for you to review on the internet. He also does not state here that Kohberger has a front seat passenger. On December 16, 2022, he continues that at approximately 2:26 p.m., surveillance video showed Kohberger's Elantra in Albrightsville, Pennsylvania. The sole occupant of the vehicle was a white male whose description, according to Detective Payne, was consistent with that of Kohberger. Kohberger has family in Albrightsville, Pennsylvania, Detective Payne tells us here on page 11. He goes on to state that based on information provided on the Washington State website, the university website, Kohberger was then currently, this is December 29, 2022, when the affidavit was signed by Detective Payne, a PhD student in criminology at Washington State University. Pursuant to records provided by a member of the interview panel for Pullman Police Department, we learned that Kohberger's past education included undergraduate degrees in psychology and cloud-based forensics, and that these records also showed Kohberger wrote an essay when he applied for an internship with the Pullman Police Department in the fall of 2022, and that he wrote in his essay that he had an interest in assisting rural law enforcement agencies with how to better collect and analyze technological data in public safety operations. So here on page 11, we find out for the first time that Mr. Kohberger had applied for an internship position with the Pullman Police Department, which is located in Washington State. He then goes on to tell us that Kohberger posted a Reddit survey, which can be found by an open source internet search, which asked for participants to provide information to, quote, understand how emotions and psychological traits influence decision-making when committing a crime, end of quote. No date for this Reddit survey is provided by Detective Payne here. Page 11 continues on with stating that as part of this investigation, that law enforcement obtained search warrants to determine cellular devices that utilized cellular towers in close proximity to the King Road residence at the time of the crimes. We will continue on with the discussion at page 12 and beyond about what this information apparently yielded, as well as information that was obtained regarding Mr. Kohberger's cellular device. You'll recall that in an earlier episode, we learned that the Moscow Police Department obtained Mr. Kohberger's AT&T issued phone, and they will then go on as we learn more about the investigation, how they went about researching and trying to place his position based on cellular information. This takes us to the end of our analysis of the affidavit at page 11. Please join us again for the next episode when we will continue with our examination of page 12 of the Affidavit of Probable Cause in Idaho versus Kohberger. Thank you for joining us today.